Piscelini, my gorgeous Piscelini, you know, this September it's also bringing such an important opportunity, and I'm so happy for you because you most certainly have been waiting for this for such a long time. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Pisces, and it's for September 2021. So this monthly horoscope tarot card focus is for you, my gorgeous Piscelini, and it's for September 2021. I'm so excited when it comes to you because I do know that this month you are going to discover something so important. The certain information that you are going to discover, it's also at the same time going to recognize what exactly do you need to do, what exactly do you need to focus, and this in itself, it's about to bring you an important perspective. And I'm talking about the period and the stage already in between the 1st and the 7th of September. You, my gorgeous Piscelini, you just need to pay attention to what is actually kind of on your mind, because already subconsciously you are going to be guided, and that in itself is going to help you to realize, you know, the specific part of your life that was bringing you down, that was making you negative, but also you're going to become aware of the certain change. My Lord, you have got a change that is going to take place. Something is slowly coming to an end, and it's really requiring now from you energetically and spiritually to gather your strength and to gather your self-esteem. I say to gather your strength and to gather your self-esteem because you are going to surprise yourself as well how quickly you will suddenly, after this moment in time, you will want to move on with your life. I'm saying this is so important because there is an element from the past, very significant element from the past, that is going to be playing an important role here as well. This is something that I want to highlight because you are kind of missing the certain part of you. You're missing the certain part of you that is connected to your inner child. You know how important this is. And sometimes in this life, there is so much, my Lord, going on, you know, and we can simply and so easily lose ourselves. We can lose our inner child. It doesn't mean that, you know, like when I say that we lose an inner child, you know, it doesn't mean that we are completely miserable or anything like that. No, but we just go through in life, and there is always something that is missing. There is always the certain puzzle that is missing, that is bringing us down and also preventing us ultimately to be what we are, who we are, the way we express ourselves, the way we live our lives. You know, this is all going to be part of the picture that is going to be quite important. So at the same time, you know, when you feel that little bit of like a kind of like a nostalgia, you know, within the first 7 days of September, you know, when you feel a little bit of nostalgia, don't just think, oh my God, you know, nostalgia. No, baby, no. There is a very specific moment in time that the spirits are gonna want to kind of return you to. And it's not only about the specific time, but what you're gonna find there. It's gonna be very important because that ultimately it's gonna be connected beautifully to the 13th of September, when this change is gonna start, when this change is gonna start making place, when this change is naturally gonna start making its way, making its path right in front of you, because you're gonna find yourself like thinking about two completely different things in life, which way to go, this way or that way. And that in itself, the first 7 days will be primarily responsible for the decision that you're actually going to make. Like, ooh la la, my gorgeous Piscelinis, this is gonna be really important. It's gonna take an additional 4 months, okay? So 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So the actual January 2022, it's going to be the time when things are going to take off for you. So in the first 7 days, just pay attention to what is on your mind, pay attention to what you want to do, pay attention to what you kind of is constantly on your mind, but you kind of keep on leaving it behind. Now it's time to pick this gorgeous spiritual flower because it's going to be absolutely remarkable. You have got a transformation. You have got a transformation. This month it's all about your personal transformation, but at the same time the adjustment that you will need to make is going to be absolutely obvious. At the same time, the environment around you is going to be playing an important role. And I know it sounds, oh yeah, environment is going to be playing an important role. No, baby, no. I know it sounds really weird, but you're going to become aware of how everything is connected. If you want to change something within your environment, just do it. At the same time, your energy is going to be very strong. Your energy is going to be very magnetic. Your energy is going to be very powerful when it comes to the outer universe. So as soon as you get yourself like kind of like a naturally changing things around you, because you're Piscelini, you like changing things, you like doing things, you're very artistic, but at the same time, just pay attention to the ideas that are gonna come to you. It's like a sacred gift. So it's not only about changing things around you and moving the pictures about, but it's about gathering this energy and making the most of it, which is in return going to bring you like all sorts of ideas, but in particular highlight the parts of your life that you are kind of unhappy about, that you should actually change. You will see exactly how everything is connected. Absolutely remarkable. Just remember that the first 7 days, it's also going to be the beginning of your own transformation. So when that happens, it's also like an important conclusion, my lord, an important conclusion you are going to have to the problem that was driving you nuts. You know, I'm going like all the way back over the last like 36 months. Something was driving you crazy. Something was bringing you down. Something was making you really negative. And now this is coming solution, 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 conclusion, conclusion, conclusion. You're going to feel so happy because the weight of your shoulders is going to be ciao, baby, bye-bye. You know, the weight of your shoulder is finally going to kind of come off, and this is going to reflect on you so magnificently. You will want to celebrate, you know, you will want to kind of like be happy. At the same time, you will want to gather like a very important people in your life. If you have them, most certainly you should do it, because it's all about it's all something fell. It's all about inspiration. It's all about feeling very artistic at the same time. This is going to be very important moment in time, because you will know that there is a certain decision that you're not going to be able to ignore anymore. There's certain decision, but it's also going to be like a very important path, you know. What I was going to say, it's like pretty much, so this affected you so much when it comes to like a loss of pleasure, almost like if you couldn't kind of feel pleasure lately, almost as if you couldn't reconnect, you felt very disconnected, and now you will see that the power is within you, and you will see how much this was affecting you. But that in itself is going to highlight the path in front of you and how much change do you actually want. This is super important for so many different reasons, you know. Somebody's mask is going to be fallen, you know, plum plum. Somebody's mask is going to be fallen as well within this stage, within this period. You need to pay attention to, especially in between the 1st and the 10th of September. And it's like a devilish person is going to show their face, you know. Somebody's mask is going to be fallen, and it's not necessarily to do with you, with the people around you in your direct life, but it's to do with the bigger picture. You know, you are going to become aware of, and you are going to become aware of the certain devil, and this in itself, it's also going to be playing an important role, because it's going to reflect on you so in an important way, that is at the same time going to really enhance your own power. It's going to confirm such a things to you, such an important thing to you. But then again, it's nothing to do with you personally. It's not to do with the person that you know, but it's to do with the bigger picture. Maybe person that lots of people know, you know, for example. But this is all going to confirm these things to you. And it's also going to be the golden part of the necessary adjustment that you will need to make. This is when your fire, your personal fire, is just going to be really enhanced, and it's also going to give you confidence to move on with your life and to do what you want to do, and ignore like a people around you, and just things needs to come from you within. Very important moment in time indeed. So, you know, it's just on one hand, you're just going to remove yourself from the devilish kind of energy that you don't want to find yourself at as well, and this is quite important here as well. The second important date is going to be like, my lord, the 11th of September. the 11th of September, you're stepping into an unknown situation without even realizing, you know. The day is going to start how it normally starts, but how it's going to unfold, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's about the specific information that you are going to have, and you're going to like it. It's going to put a big smile on your face, but also at the same time, it's going to give you an idea. Something within you is just going to like really prosper. Something within you is just going to be very, very kind of like energetically highlighted in so many different ways, and you will want to explore the certain part of you, and that moment in time you're going to become aware of the certain timing that if you start something here, it's going to take an additional 7 months to actually unfold, but then at the same time you will know that you're doing the right thing. Most certainly you will be certain about it, because it's to do with the actual future planning. Just pay attention to, by the end of the actual 11th of September 2021, there is a moment that you're going to have the new perspective. It's going to come in. Almost it's like you're going to be looking through the window, and now you're going to become aware of this massive, beautiful, gorgeous forest that you weren't aware of before. Something is going to come to you when it comes to the future planning, but then again, it's going to take time in order to do it and to get there. But it's pretty much so deeply connected to your spiritual journey that it's going to be absolutely impossible to ignore. Sometimes we can't have things in life really quickly, but also as soon as we become aware, like energetically and spiritually, about a certain path, it's absolutely not kind of like possible to ignore it. It is just something that you're going to feel within, but at the same time, you know, you need to understand that it's going to take time. You also, the 11th of September, it's going to kind of like 11th, 12th and the 13th of September, these 3 days, somebody's just going to test you kind of a little bit. Somebody's going to test your nerves, and they're going to find you at a time when you're like kind of very sensitive. So try to rise above the situation, because this person is so bloody insignificant in your life, same as the situation. So, but because you're going to feel sensitive, you know, things are going to be highlighted. But if I prepare you to it now, then you're just going to be able to respond in a certain way. Your response karmically should be rise above the situation. So when somebody come out to you, like test you and try to kind of like strop you around you, or like a challenge you, somebody's going to challenge you, but it's going to seem like so much more important only because you're going to feel sensitive. So I just want to prepare you to this. To rise above the situation is more important than ever. Going back on the 11th, now again, the 11th of September, it's going to be playing an important role. Why? Why? Because it's like to do with your own spiritual awakening. You're not the only sign that is actually going to have a spiritual awakening in this moment in time. The second time that this is going to happen to you as well, from a larger scale, is going to be on the 11th of November, 11/11, you see. But now we are having the first part of the spiritual essence, spiritual awakening, which it is so important that before the end of the night, you most certainly need to become aware of the actual inspiration, opportunity. Suddenly it's going to seem, that particular opportunity is going to seem so easy to you, and this is nothing unusual. This is the energy, this is the essence and power that you need to follow, because most certainly it is not going to lead you astray. It is going to also like kind of put you all around the place emotionally. On the 11th of September, you're going to be all around the place emotionally, purely because on one hand you're going to be thinking, oh God, I'm so unhappy with this, I'm so unhappy with that, and then suddenly a couple of hours later you're just going to get this inspiration as well. So this inspiration is going to be the answer, direct answer to your unhappiness. And also this is the time when the very special doorway is going to be open for you, okay? And because it's going to connect you to the certain work, it's going to connect you to the certain path. It doesn't matter if you're retired, it doesn't matter if you're looking for work, it doesn't matter if you're working, you know, it is to do with the certain work, a spiritual work, something that you need to work on, something that you need to realize, something that you're going to become aware of, but at the same time that the message that you're going to get, which is going to have nothing to do with this, it's just going to be ridiculously important for you to understand how connected things are. okay? Because through that message that you're going to get, that is not even related to this, it's actually going to be like so weird how things happen at around the same time. Well, most certainly these particular things happen at this particular time purely because you need to understand that you must stay committed to the task at hand. So a lot is going to be going on, but your response is to just keep going, keep your head up, and stay committed to the task at hand. Now this is more important than ever, my gorgeous Piscelini. Okay, so now the third date that I was going to talk to you about is going to be the dates, sorry. It's going to be the 27th, 28th, 29th, and the 30th of September, 2021. This is the time when, you are going to feel very emotional, but then at the same time, you're going to feel very powerful as well. Somebody's going to need your help. Somebody very important in your life is going to be like not suffering, but then they will find themselves in a very kind of like a sensitive waters as well. You will hold the answer because you hold the power, because you know this person, and this person is funny enough not going to say anything purely because they have found themselves very confused. They're being really misled almost by like a little devilish people or a devilish person, and you are just going to come through, step in at the right moment at the right time. So try to see who this is. You're not going to be aware of completely who this person is, like they're not going to come to you, but you will see that within the last few days that something is not quite right with the person who is very close to you, like a certain family member, and then at that moment in time your candle is just going to be lit right in front of you, and then you will be able to hold and use this energy to guide them towards the light, opposed to the darkness, because they have been misguided towards something very devilish, and you're the one who can help them. This is going to get back to you like a 1,000 times later on, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying this to you to do this because, oh yeah, karmically you're going to have a reward. No, baby, no. But this is going to mean to you so much, and emotionally it's just going to help you with your own personal balance. So this is just one way of the way things are going to get back to you in this particular way. On another hand, what I also understand here, and what also is really important within the last few days in September, that you will find yourself stuck yet again. But being stuck in this particular way, it's such an important moment in time, and it's also like a God's gift. You're gonna become aware of exactly why are things not moving on for you, why have you been really stuck, and you're gonna become aware of your own strength, and you're gonna become aware of your own power, and you will see at the same time how much this was driving you, kind of like how much negative energy this was like kind of creating around you, how much negative energy this was like bringing to you, how this was actually slowing you down. So this is an important turning point here, because you will see exactly what part of your life was creating you sorrow, but now at the same time you will have a power and strength to actually deal with it, because you will be able to look at the things and see things from a different angle, and that in itself is going to bring you this powerful moment of the actual adjustment that you are going to make. On one hand, it's going to remove you from the situation that no longer serve you towards changes and new paths that it's going to open. But then on another hand, if you're also going to become aware of the certain person in your life this time, that maybe it's not the right person, you need to kind of mask is also going to be fallen, but this time it's around somebody in your life. So you need to be a little bit careful. If something doesn't kind of like if you're offered something and it doesn't kind of like work well with you, then you just move away from that person or move away from whatever they are offering, basically. So this is really important. But on another hand, this is going to be paving your path towards your own victory, because it's going to influence and impact your way of thinking. So there is an opportunity that you are going to have with unlimited of possibilities, and this opportunity is also going to change your life, start changing your life nicely and slowly. But you need to remember, you must not let something to put you off when it comes to the actual timing. As I said before, sometimes we just have to understand that as soon as you focus towards something, you're already kind of halfway there, but it's in a positive way. But when you focus focus towards something and then you're thinking in a negative way, then you just close the door. And this is exactly what you don't want to do, because it's going to start changing your perspective in a negative way. And in order to stay kind of open to your future and to your future planning, you just have to be very, very optimistic, because this is something that I need you to pay attention to, because it's very tricky, you know, and it's very kind of, we can be emotional at this time when we have a certain opportunity and we want something much quicker, you know. You need to understand that as soon as you realize like a little bit of negative thought, you know, just get rid of it and just keep going and keep your head up and stay committed to the task at hand, because the end of September, it's also going to bring you an important opportunity, and that opportunity is most certainly something that you should be kind of going on for, and it's also going to have an impact not only on you but on people in your life as well. When it comes to the actual relationship, my gorgeous Pisces, like, this is a remarkable month for the people in relationship, because it's all about you coming to terms with something very important for those of you that are couples, because it looks like you needed a certain strength to move on with your life. You needed a certain strength, both of you, and both of you are going to be finding very beneficial the positive news when it comes to the financial situation and finances. So this is going to be playing an important role when it comes to your own strength. So which means that you are going to gather the certain strength through your own finances and realizing that you're able to do something really important. So you are going to make the very powerful and necessary steps, something that you wanted to do in a long time. Now you're actually going to be able to do this. And I absolutely love it, because when it comes to relationships, there is an absolutely big moment going to come up, a perfect success, people getting closer, people getting together, people like finding very beneficial, very good, and the positive news that you have been waiting for, but also at the same time moving on in the right direction that you have been waiting for a long time. But also, most importantly, your relationship is going to go on a so much a higher level. The relationship for Pisces in general is going to go on a so much higher level when it comes to the month of September. And this in itself, it's very, very important. It's about the victory, it's about the trust, it's about understanding each other, it's about loving each other, it's about being together. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, so when it comes to those of you Pisces who are single and ready to mingy, single and ready to mingle, you need to let someone go. Emotionally, you have been attached to somebody. So it's for those of you that are single and you do want to find someone, you know, it's literally down to you, because this September, karmically, things are going to be moving on really quickly. But then again, you need to become aware of things for what they are. So you're going to become aware of the person that maybe you have had something with, stranger in the night, at some moment in time, or maybe you just had kissy at some moment in time, or maybe you just saw them and you just kind of fell in love with them, but it's not the right person. So it's going to come to you, you know, within the first couple of weeks in September who this is, and then the last couple of weeks this is going to become absolutely obvious. So as soon as you let that person go in your mind, because emotionally for some reason you feel attached to them so much, try to let that person go, because it's not the right person for you. Why do I say this? Do you know why? Because as soon as you kind of let that person go, you are going to learn and have the very important karmic lesson, which is almost immediately going to bring you reward. You may become aware of this like this September, but it may happen kind of in October, but you may become aware of this in September, who this person is, but it's all down to you letting that person go genuinely. So as soon as you do this, like, oh my God, you're gonna find yourself on a path of an inspiration. You're gonna find yourself on a path with somebody else. Somebody else is literally almost immediately going to walk into your life. Number 11 is going to be playing an important role, but somebody else is literally going to walk into your life as soon as you realize this. And this is why it's important to understand and stress how this karmic cycle is actually working. So as soon as you kind of come to terms with this, it's not going to be that long until this particular person walks into your life. When it comes to nutrition, Oh my God, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's like when it comes to your nutrition, you need to understand that now it's more important than ever to boost your immune system. Get something like organic Camu Camu capsules or organic Camu Camu powder, and you just need to understand that organic Camu Camu capsules or powder is probably one of the most powerful sources, most richest sources of vitamin C, natural vitamin C that you can actually get, opposed to the fake vitamin C. I don't like it. This is natural. So if you get like an organic Camu Camu powder or even organic acerola cherry powder, or these are both very powerful sources of natural vitamin C, and you take this on a daily basis, and alongside natural vitamin D, even if you're in the sun, I would still highly suggest you to get a natural vitamin D and natural zinc as well. This combination is going to be golden and very powerful when it comes to boosting your immune system. I would highly suggest you to drink this and take this on daily basis, okay? And if you own any other medications, if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And I would also suggest you something to kind of flush out the toxins out of the system. It's so important at these times indeed. So try to get something like organic chamomile tea or organic dandelion tea. Sometimes people are like, oh my God, you're talking about organic teas, like herbal teas. No, baby, no. They're so much more powerful than some people can possibly imagine. And in particular, when it comes to boosting your immune system also, but also to get rid of the toxins out of the system. And if you drink this on daily basis, would be superb. Or organic chamomile or organic dandelion. But also at the same time, do not use a sugar. You can drink it without any sugar if you can, but if you need to sweeten it with something, just get like the actual organic maple syrup or even organic honey, you know, and this is going to be quite good for you, and it's also going to give you energy as well. And what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Piscelini, I highly recommend you to get this gorgeous chakra pendant. I have these babies back in stock, absolutely superb, gorgeous, powerful balance of crystals on this sterling silver setting. And it comes with the gorgeous sterling silver chain as well. And this is going to help you so much every single time when you feel a bit low, when you feel down, when you feel uncertain. You know, this affects our energy so much, in particular when it comes to planning, when it comes to inspiration. And I highly suggest you to wear this, you know, throughout September, October, November, and December, because it's going to help you to keep your feet firmly on the ground. So it's going to help you to feel grounded, but at the same time, it's going to help you to keep on top of things, which is going to be bringing you inspiration into your life, but also it's going to kind of like be directing you and guiding you spiritually towards the right path. As I said, this gorgeous pendant comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, I have to say this. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.